Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Next Gen Live's coverage of the 18th annual MODUS Cup here at Six Ways, where RGS Worcester will be taking on Kings. It's a fantastic evening of rugby, as it always is, but it means a little bit more this late afternoon, because Kings are going for a historic hat-trick of wins in the MODUS Cup, a feat which hasn't been achieved by either side for 10 years. The last couple of results have been pretty heavy wins in favour of the holders, but RGS are on the back of a fine season, and the men in green will be looking to turn it around. The crowd behind us is continuing to fill up over, of course, on the Cecil Duckworth stand. It will be a festival atmosphere here at Six Ways for our second game here in Worcester in just 3 days. Well, in the build-up, before we head upstairs to look at the teams, there are two people to chat to from either side of the Worcester divide. Up first, I'm going to bring in young Harry Press from Kings. Should be starting on the wing this evening. Unfortunately, an injury against Bedford at the plate has kept you out of the comp, Harry. But firstly, how is the jaw? How are you feeling?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, it wasn't very, a good thing breaking the jaw, but hopefully get back for the 7th season and don't miss too much rugby.
That's where you'll thrive for Kings, really. But you played in this game last year. You know all about the MODUS Cup. You know exactly how passionately followed it is by the whole town of Worcester. What's the feeling in the camp building up to this huge game?
Well, to begin with, everyone's just nervous. But then after the nerves start to wear down, everyone just gets excited. So when we were on the buses over here, some of the boys were literally just shaking with excitement to get on the pitch. And yeah, there's been a couple of people, not sleeping because they're just so excited for this. So it should be a good game, definitely. We're all excited for it.
Well, 7 of the starting 15 for Kings have played in the MODUS Cup before. It's 15 of the 25-man squad for RGS. That's going to bring a different dynamic because everyone involved, or at least the vast majority of people involved today, are so familiar with the game. How different do you think that's going to make the MODUS field for the players out there?
I think a couple of the lower sick boys for us that are playing today, so it's their first time. So to begin with, they're just going to want to hit it. So they're going to come out flat out, hopefully. So I think, obviously, they got a bit more experience than us playing in this. But the boys who have played here before for us, they're they're our leaders in the team. So I don't think anyone from our team's going to really worry too much about this being their first one. So it should be decent, should be fine. And
of course, Kings are on for a 3rd MODUS Cup in a row. That would be an unbelievable achievement. Not done since 2016 when Kings did it last time as well. A couple of big wins in the last couple of MODUS Cups as well. How are you expecting tonight to go?
Well, I'm obviously going to say Kings win, and I feel like it could definitely be a high-scoring game. But I do think we'll beat him by a fair few. So, yeah, that's my predictions for it.
Well, I'll hold you to it, Harry. Thanks very much for talking to us, and enjoy the game. Well, you've heard from the holders. Now it's time to hear from the challengers, and as well to hear from a man who's rather new to MODUS as well, Chris Gemmell, who will come in as one of the newer members of the RGS Worcester coaching staff, but someone who has played a high standard of rugby, knows all about the big occasion. Well, what are your first impressions of the MODUS Cup?
It's an outstanding occasion. The boys get to play on a really good track, the home of Worcester Warriors. So no, it's a really good occasion for the boys, and something they'll cherish as they finish there. Some of their upper 6 boys will cherish their last game of school rugby on a stadium like this.
Well, of course, it's been a great season for both of the two teams. We just heard from Harry that he's expecting another win for Kings, and they might be the favourites coming into this game, just given some of the big score lines they've put on against top opposition so far. But RGS has got a fantastic record, so it must be full of confidence coming into the match.
Yeah, we're confident. We know what's ahead of us, and the boys love that. We kind of like the underdog tag. We've got a great set of lads, an outstanding coaching setup, and we're really looking forward to the challenge ahead of us tonight.
We'll get stuck into the teams upstairs, but just a word on that 9-10 combination. Sutherland and Chadwick have both played 3 MODUS Cups between them. That's a fantastic bit of confidence to bring into those really key positions.
Yeah, good half-back pairings like Goldust nowadays, like we all know. And for Liam as well, especially Liam, who's come through our prep school into our senior school, has played 3 MODUS Cups, and Will Sutherland joined at 6th form. They're outstanding rugby players, but even better pupils. And they've been an absolute joy to teach and coach all year. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how they go tonight.
Fantastic. Thanks for speaking to us again, Chris. Enjoy your first MODUS Cup. What a night it will be. We'll head upstairs to the gantry in just a few moments. It's a bit of a trek, so bear with us. But it won't be long until the MODUS Cup is back underway again. We'll shift out of the way of the RGS back 3, about to receive the high ball. Not a bad take to get things started. Let's head upstairs for the teams ahead of the 18th Modus Cup. So we've climbed the gantry high above the west stand here at Six Ways, ahead of kickoff in this huge contest, the 18th annual Modus Cup. But first, let's take a look at the teams. So we start with the holders, Kings Worcester. They've got a strong front row with nailed-on Gloucester starter Charlie Mason, alongside the captain, Coventry's Will Dorrell, who's been in the Type 5 camp with England over the season so far. Fletcher and Sutcliffe in the second row with the head boy Dan Arridge at 6, fine cricketer Henry Hawes with Worcester as well, and the man to watch out for is the capped England man Henry Horsfall at 8. Probert on the edges of that Gloucester set-up at 9, with Sam Berry of Coventry outside him. Thomas and Duncan in the middle, with Flood and Williams on both sides. And at fullback, it's Ollie Mason, whose brother was captain last year when Kings took the title. And the challengers in green tonight, it's Fletcher, top scorer Milo Secker, and Gammond in the front row, with Namo Offadile of Coventry alongside Harry Green. Noah Whitbread in the back row, with Harry Heaton, the vice-captain, on the other side, and plenty of leadership in the back row, as Monty Jones, who took a knock in their last game, is fit to start, the Gloucester standout. Well, you heard how important Chadwick and Sutherland are. This is the third Modus Cup for Liam, who came all the way through prep school to captain his first team. Sutherland outside him as well at 10, a man of the North Midlands County. The only year 11 in the starting 30 is Mick Ashton at inside centre, Beeson outside him at 13, Tom Bunyan playing his third Modus on one wing, and Archie Samuel on the other. Finished off with Archie Kemple of Coventry. Watch out for Nick Izamis off the bench, another year 11 who's had a fantastic season. But a final man to be introduced before the teams come out as the crowds continue to swell is Ben Waddington, my co-commentator for this evening. Ben, thanks for joining us. This is your third Modus on the bounce as well.
It is indeed, yeah. Thank you very much for having me. I mean, always look forward to this fixture. On a night like tonight, very little wind, which is peculiar for a Six Ways stadium, but we'll look in for some great rugby tonight. Two big forward pack, big boys in the back row, and yeah, really looking forward to it.
The conditions are perfect, nothing like what we had down at Seaford yesterday. It's been beautiful sunshine all day here in Worcester, and as the sun set, it has remained clear. And as you say, Ben, surprisingly mild and not very windy at all.
Yeah, a complete opposite of last year, where we really had some strong old winds that played a big part, particularly in the first half. and then completely switched in the second half. So yeah, looking for some running rugby tonight. Like I said, Kings with a big forward pack, they're going to be trying to use their big boy runners. And in the backs, yeah, RGS, some boys that have experience in this fixture, so they're going to be trying to get their hands on the ball.
Indeed, it is a really physical Kings Worcester side. It's their biggest asset. Will Dorrell, the captain, has scored 42 tries in his 3 years in the first team at Kings Worcester. And if that doesn't tell you what one of their main weapons will be tonight, nothing will. It'll be the maul with Dorrell at the tail of it.
Yeah, sound like a broken record. I think every year we talk about Dorrell, obviously his third Modus Cup here. First year playing in the back row, and then the last 2 years in the front row. Captaining the side, he's going to want to lead from the front. And I think, not to condone any gambling, but I think if you wanted to put money on something tonight, it would be for Will Dorrell to bag a try.
Well, there are a couple of results recently that will mix things up both ways. For example, perhaps RGS Worcester's best performance of the season was a win over Dean Close early on. That's the side that last played Kings Worcester, and Dean Close actually beat the Dots by a single point. That's the kind of result that could inspire a bit of confidence in RGS.
Absolutely, definitely, and yeah, they've some boys in the back row like Chadwick at 9, Sutherland at 10. They were bright sparks last year when they had some good areas in the first half. Second half, they fell into the Dots game plan, which was definitely forward brutality. So if they can move the ball out wide, they've got some quick boys. Tom Bunyan's very fast out on that left wing. I'm sure it could be a real cracker tonight.
Had some really strong results at Fortress Flag in recent months. RGS Worcester, their record this season is played 10, won 7, and really strong in the Daily Mail Cup. They rotated a little bit in the National Cup when they were beat by Bromsgrove, and Old Swinford are the side that knocked out Kings. They went on to beat Rugby as well with a great run of form. A couple of weeks later, Kings put 40 points on Old Swinford. So as we said in our preview for this evening, if Kings Worcester are firing on all cylinders, they will be unstoppable. But there are times this season where they have yet to reach their own very high upper limits.
Yeah, absolutely, and they've really struggled with injuries, as you saw with obviously Harry Press out injured, Freddie Tomlinson out injured, so that back division has definitely had to chop and change a lot with boys coming in up from the 2s, shifting around in position. So I'm sure if they find their stride tonight, we could be in for some nice tries.
The man to watch out for in the back line really is Ollie Mason, who's the son, of course, of the former director of rugby, now director of sport, but really the first team coach throughout the year. Johnny Mason, whose older brother played 3 Moduses. This is the 4th in a row with a Mason in the back line, and next year, as a Gloucester under-17, I'm sure Ollie will be back. That kind of consistency across schoolboy rugby is really rare.
Yeah, it really is, and you see it a lot more in that Kings pack with the forwards. Obviously Dorrell, Horsfall, I mean, Hors has played in this fixture before at centre, now in the back row. Arridge has played here before, so yeah, definitely consistency in lineup helps for playing in this environment where you've got a big crowd, you know, emotions are high. It's just being able to stay disciplined in the early settings.
Here's the big question as the crowds continue to swell. Who's brought more numbers tonight? RGS on the right, Kings on the left. It's pretty close.
It pains me to say as a Kings boy, but unfortunately I do think the RGS side does look a little bit busier.
We'll see how that support on home turf for both these teams will rile them up going forward. We are just minutes away from the 2 sides taking the field. There are the men in charge for Kings, Ben Williams and Johnny Mason. Ben Williams formerly leading Trailfinders, 4th season with DOR. Down with the Gloucester Academy as well. Also player coach over at Malvern, so he's settled in to this part of the country. And Johnny Mason, of course, the proud father he can be of the impact that his family have had on Kings Worcester.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, like I said, Will played last year and has played for the last 3 years. It's Ollie's turn this year, and yeah, I'm sure Johnny's an incredibly proud father, and he'll want his team to do really well, but in particular, I'm sure his boys.
Out first then, the challengers, RGS Worcester, led out by the captain, Liam Chadwick. What a proud day it is for him. His 3rd Modus, born and bred, RGS Worcester. We talk about the Kings pack, but there are some sizable figures out there in green as well.
Yeah, Monty Jones was someone who stood out for me last year, very impactful off the base of the scrum when he picked and go and carried hard in the middle, same with Harry Heaton.
The 2 number 8s will both be key today with both Gloucester Academy players. But here come Kings Worcester, led out by Will Dorrell. who might be one of the hottest prospects to come out of Kings for some time. They haven't got quite as much depth on the bench as RGS, but they do still have plenty to offer going forward. A few more shots to rev them up there. Let's get a taste of the physicality of this game. Not taking any prisoners at Kings down below us. Well, RGS have gone right over to their home fans in that corner. That's where they'll be taking their charge from. That's where they'll be starting their fight.
Now the boys make their way out onto the field ready for kickoff this evening. If you have made a banner or a sign to support somebody...
Nice to see Harry Hinton leading that sort of war cry that they do, that I believe is something they picked up on tour in South Africa, I believe. And Harry Heaton obviously joined us on Co-Coms last year, so it's nice to see him on the pitch this year.
And once again, a festival to both schools this evening to run out 6-way stadium in front of the thousands of you that are here.
Two very different huddles in the build-up to this one, Ben. The roar from RGS, very calm inside the Kings Worcester huddle, instead as the charge will be led by Henry Horsfall. 3 caps already for his country. Captain at Gloucester of academy level, vice in this Kings Worcester side. Two very different approaches to the game.
Definitely, yeah. I think it's something that Kings probably have fell victim to in the last couple of years, is letting the emotions get to them and coming out raring, obviously hitting the bags, adrenaline's flowing, and the discipline sort of goes early on. So it's nice to see coming out with a slightly different approach this year. Maybe boys that have played in this fixture before have felt that they need to go about it a different way. But I'm sure we'll see as Sam Berry looks to start us off.
It will be the Dots who get us underway. Kings Worcester in the blue and white stripe, playing left to right in this first half of the MODUS Cup. Berry underneath it. RGS in the green, playing right to left, will receive. Callum Crouch blows his whistle, and we are underway in the 18th MODUS Cup. 10 for Kings Worcester, 7 for RGS, a hat-trick of wins on the line for the holders. And the first big carry of the day draws the cry from the crowd on the far side as Chadwick digs it out, and it's hammered away by Will Sutherland. Untidy bounce, and put down. Well, if he kept a hold of it there, Will Dorrell would have been off on a devastating run, but that's the first flinch of the game, Ben.
It is, yeah. Interesting tactic early on from Kings, dropping obviously Dorrell back into the backfield. Sutherland is somebody that we know that likes to kick, so that's definitely might be a ploy. We might see Horsfall back in the backfield. But yeah, Dorrell slips on it. I'm sure he'll rub it off and he'll be straight on next.
Scrum then, and the first one. This is a huge area of the field. Corey Gammond at tight head for RGS, part of that North Midlands county side. Up against Charlie Flood. And then Charlie Mason, pretty nailed on for Gloucester at this stage, taking on Ollie Fletcher. A Droitwich Rugby Club man alongside his second row partner, Harry Green. But it's Kings who get the big shove on. Dug out though by Chadwick. Sutherland teasing and firing it into the backfield. Off goes Samuel. And then chipped over the top by Archie Kempo. Drops on the 22 and back come Kings. Chopped down well, the first time of asking by the vice captain Harry Heaton. Another Coventry man. Box kick. Finds touch. Or just about bounces in field. And almost recollected by Kings. Harry Flood though dispossessed, and Kempo has it.
Penalty advantage.
And a penalty advantage for not rolling away. That's tough, he was pretty pinned in there as it's Grubbard in behind. But it's Gammond on the chase. Come back for the penalty.
Yeah.
Well, that's a marker early by Callum Crouch that he's not going to be letting anyone off here, because this was a pretty tough situation for Kemple to find himself in.
Yeah, it was. Ollie Mason before that did really well to collect it, and then a nice box kick from Pro, but ball bounces really nicely for Harry Flood. But he's just unlucky that it goes, and he tries to roll away there. I think, like you said, slightly harsh for the first penalty of the day. But yeah, we'll see how Callum Crouch goes.
Doesn't find touch in the very corner. Sutherland underneath it straight away. And RGS with a bit of broken field. He's got Jones outside him. Skips his man. It's Kemple back against the grain. Round the corner goes Kemple. Heaton. Big clear out. Offerdale. Lined up well by Horsfall. Good start to the game for RGS. Sutherland out the back. And a hard line from deep, but Kings line up their men. Quick ball for Chadwick. Sutherland. Oh, it's just been knocked down. Right in front of the Kings crowd. Not going to get much reaction for that.
No, they're going to be pretty local, both sides. Both are going to be very vocal. I'm sure they're going to be right in the refs here.
I think that's a fair enough call from Callum Couch. He was definitely going in for the tackle. It's a good start for RGS. They needed the quick start. Terrible conditions for their last fixture against Malvern. Really wet and windy, and they won that 8-0. They've had 2 clean sheets in the run-up to this game.
Keep the drive
both one-try victories. I mean, we're unlikely to see a game like that. We haven't had a clean sheet since way back in 2009 when it was a 3-0 win for RGS.
Yes, boys.
I mean, I hate to think what the conditions would have been like on that day.
Good drive again, but the penalty goes RGS's way instead. Sutherland. Ashton gets the ball away. Lobbed over the top for Kemple. Busy early doors here, the fullback, but Marsh into touch.
No advantage coming.
Good defence from Kings. And they can feel aggrieved, really, not to have gotten anything from that scrum. They've got the shove on, but moving upwards instead of forwards.
Yeah, look, I think Charlie Mason in particular is going to be incredibly influential in that scrum. Not only in the scrum, also around the field. He's a very industrious sort of carrier, and he's a big leader in that pack. And yeah, just unlucky on that one. I'm sure he'll keep continuing to try and drive through and win those penalties, and I'm sure they'll come. Started
life as a back rower, Charlie Mason, moved into tight head. Starts every week for Gloucester in the Academy League. Sutherland, much more accurate this time, and picks out touch midway between the 5 and 22. It's a powerful scrum. And we'll just see Sutcliffe and Fletcher moving a little bit upwards there in second row. Big moment in the game. The first line out of real threat and poise. Stolen by Kings. Fantastic work to win it away. And it's a direct carry. But stripped by Chadwick, not legally so.
6 green, not rolling.
Well, that's a really important steal for Kings. Under pressure. I think it was Jack Fletcher, the Gloucester under-17, who got up and nicked it.
Yeah, that's a really good way to start with the first line out on your own line. Milo Sek is someone who scored last year in this fixture, and the maul of the RGS has been a weapon in previous years, so it's really good that Kings were able to disrupt that early on.
Top try score as well for them this season, alongside Monty Jones. That's a very upright collision. The Modus Cup will be full of those. First line out of the day for Will Dorrell. All the way to the tail. Just slipped through the fingers, and it's a quick break here for RGS.
Hands away, Blue!
They're still playing with all the possession. Off goes Seka. Stripped.
I was ripped by Blue.
But ripped by Kings, always never backwards. Big clear out on Dorrell. Little dummy from Gammond. Bit of a pile-up in midfield. Chadwick, Sutherland. Smart move to change the direction of the attack. Heaton. Sutherland, plenty outside, but he darts for the line himself. A little bit isolated. Picks out Beeson, who gets on the outside. Beeson. Plenty of distance there.
Hands away now.
Kings straight off their feet. Liam Chadwick, the captain in his third Modus Cup, can only pick out a forward running right down Dorrell's channel, and they are dispatched. Good pick and go to re-establish some order. RGS have to take something away from this field possession. Twice they've entered the 22 now. Chadwick, hard line from Monty Jones. Over the gain line, but slow ball again. Off goes Heaton.
No.
Kings all over it. Slow ball for Chadwick. Sutherland winds it up. Gets it away. Interception! And it popped up for Kings. And what can they create? In comes the handoff.
come flying across. Eventually he's put down, but it's going to be a penalty advantage. What a run that was.
So got penalty advantage.
Quick ball round the corner, flicked off the deck, and another offload. Hint of a forward pass, but the play will go on, and we'll come back for the penalty advantage. But what a break on the far side.
I tell you what a first touch that from Williams. He read it really nicely. Sutherland just got caught up with his centres there through the loopy pass. Yeah. Williams does so well to take it, and then he goes. And it's a good chase. I tell you what, some of the RGS boys did really well to get back there, because Roman Williams is not a slow bloke. And yeah, he does really well on the floor to pop it up and continue it. And I mean, a generous decision for just a penalty there, I'd say, bearing in mind where Kings were on the pitch.
Former back rower as well. I guess you can only go one or two ways. You can go prop or wing if you just don't make the cut in that area. Good covering cross from Tom Bunyan. But what an area they find themselves in here. Will Dorrell looking for try number 43 in his long Kings Worcester career. All the time in this game spent down in their own half. They've survived, and now they look to counter. Oh dear.
Leaving the line out, not rejoining. Leaving the line out, not rejoining.
Well, I think that might just be some nerves, some excitement, getting the best of Worcester, of the Kings variety.
Yeah, discipline's one of those things that, like we said before, the emotions can get to you. You know, you might be nervous, you might be, you know, fueled with adrenaline. You just got to stay clear with your thinking and make sure that you're doing everything by the book. And especially with this ref, who early on has shown signs of being somewhat whistle happy, you've got to be as clean as anything.
So leaving the line out there,
on that last one.
They had two receivers, unfortunately, because both props had come and left the line out to join them all as quickly as possible. But you can't do that until the ball is thrown. And up goes Oliver Barakov's line. His flag goes up slightly closer to RGS's 22 than they would have liked. And from the free kick, it's still a Kings line out, and now the ball is rolling, and there's plenty of power behind it, and they're over the 22 already, and it's cleanly at the tail with Dorrell. Look at them go! Down by Kings. So Dorrell with the pick and go. Shot low, but he still manages to get on the outside. Another thunderous carry over the gain line. Pick and go incoming for Kings. If it's not broken, don't fix it. They're over the gain line again. Now he'll leave it for Probert. Mason, well met. Another pick and go, almost sneaks through. RGS all over it, a fine clear out. Horsfall back on the inside and dumped into traffic. Still looking to search for space on that far side. There's a pile of bodies around in green. Still short is the call from Crouch. Now they whip it wide. A Dorrell is in the corner! Yet another try for that captain.
What did I say before, eh? Not to condone any gambling, but you would have got your money back. I mean, it all starts from that maul. Why score from 15 metres with a maul when you can score from 35? And I mean, what a maul that started. It's definitely a weapon of both teams. I think we'll see RGS, but if they manage to get down on that Kings line, they'll be good in the maul as well. And pick and going is something that definitely Kings have worked on in the last few years. Famously, a few years ago, obviously Francesco Chinau scored a hat-trick from 3 pick and goes from probably a combined about 3 yards. So it's definitely something that they really pride themselves on, and Simon Greenhill as forwards coach really prides himself on making sure that that's a real weapon for the Kings boys.
Just a mismatch out wide that usually benefits the winger. But this time it was Dorrell who got on the outside of Archie Samuel, the Coventry teammates.
You're on 15 now.
This kick couldn't be any further wide for Kings Worcester. Lonely chase. Good legs. But just off target. Cheer went up from both sides there. Further away, they couldn't quite see where it went over, but that'll be a popular scorer, Will Dorrell, in his third and final modus. has the opening try. Clinical from Kings, so much defending in that opening 10. And then as soon as they went down the other end, one visit to the 22 and they've scored.
Yeah, that's what you want in games like this. You want to come away with points as early as you can to really build the pressure on your opposition.
Sutherland puts it deep, and it's recollected out wide by Harry Flood. Tough tackling winger. Takes it in this time. And Probert secks it back.
Okay, use it!
Part of that Midlands West Academy in the past, but charged down by Kings.
Backwards, that's fine.
And now the pressure is on again in this 22. It's a good clear out. So now they'll pull the handbrake. What a shot, flying in from range. Harry Heaton getting himself about. Good shot from Namo Offerdeel.
Okay, use it now.
Round 2 from the box. And Offerdeel gets a touch on it again. Outstanding from the Coventry second row. Somehow Kings recollect it.
No.
Are we on for round 3? Another box kick inbound. Strong carry, but upright. And RGS can drive back their man.
Okay, yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
Still looking to reset here. It's a remarkable bit of defence, Ben, from RGS.
It really is, yeah, and the pressure comes on and buried as well to clear, but that's definitely a win in the books of RGS for that one. And they're going to probably try and use this more with Seka here.
You're in front of the player.
2 touchdowns back to back. Brilliant from RGS. What a response. And now it's Milo Seka. Joint top try scorer. Came through at Camp Hill Rugby Club. Fantastic work by that man. Namo Offerdeel.
Move across. No. That's a maul!
Who's part of that maul as well. Around comes Seka to keep it hold. It's cleanly at the tail. Seka breaks off. Bounces through the first man. Good support from Fletcher. Sutherland, there must be space somewhere. Oh, what a shot to slow it down. Beeson driven back. Chadwick, Sutherland to the line. Pops it away before taking contact. Now we'll have some slow ball. Sutherland. Offerdeel from a standing start. What a carry. Liam Chadwick. Sutherland. Soft hands from Green. Over in support as well. This chance cannot go begging for RGS. What a hit. Kings are not taking the possession in this area of the field, lying down. Nervous moments here for the men in blue and white, who've already repelled RGS twice before from their 22. Chadwick, short into the path of Heaton.
Move!
Roll away is the call from Crouch. Forwards look a little bit lost at the moment. Seka adds some real impetus. Just a few inches short. Could this be it? Another big shot. Chadwick looks to get it away. Can't play the 9. Little tip pass should do it.
Shot!
Still short.
Shots!
But the ball has to be allowed to come back. Now they must pick and go. First bite of the cherry for RGS. Counter up from Kings. But the men in green still have it. Moving laterally here. What a rally from Kings Worcester. Do they have the composure? What a carry by Seka, but he's upended. Quick ball for Chadwick. Another hard line. Great pickup from the scrum half, who goes darting in himself. Ball is loose. Kings have got it. And it's hacked away. And what a bit of defensive play from Kings Worcester. It rolls into touch inside the RGS half. Unbelievable defence from Kings Worcester. What do you make of that, Ben? That's outstanding.
I mean, that was an incredible passage of play. I mean, started off with some strong carries from the RGS boys, Seka, Offerdeel, and then, I mean, some of the shots that were coming in from some of the Kings boys were incredible, and to turn the ball over there through a counter-ruck, not even a strip in the tackle or anything like that, through a counter-ruck's incredible.
How about that for a first-time clearance kick as well?
I mean, bearing in mind he'd been charged down on the 2 before, that's really good to see from Pro. Great resilience there, and it's an incredible kick to get them over the halfway line.
And it's been nicked again by Kings. Dorrell on his own. Straight up the gut. What a carry. Fantastic work. It's Henry Hawes who's nicked 2 lineouts now, and there's an overlap out wide if they can use it. Shut down in the midfield by Monty Jones. But a penalty advantage for Kings. Got to get off the line there. Letting Kings run at them. It's not the option. Dinked out behind. Lovely footwork from Flood. Off a deal, right over it. Oh, the quick pick from Hawes again. Staying busy. On the books at Worcester for cricket as well. Oh, what a carry from Horsfall. Chadwick over the ball. What a turnover.
Hey, Blue holding on.
Well, I actually think it might have been Noel Whitbread getting stuck in for the first time. What a turnover it was regardless. Big carry from Henry Horsfall, but he was at the detriment of his own strength there because he left his support behind him.
Yeah, Horse will be happy with the carry. He definitely got one up there on his opposite number, Monty Jones. But I mean, yeah, brilliant there from RGS to get back round behind the ball and win that turnover.
Big bumping carry from the number 8. Noah Whitbread, welcome to the Modus Cup. Big turnover for the back row. 15 of the 25 have played in this competition before. 7 of the 15 for the starting Worcester side. Short little line-out play, and Secker manages to break away. Marlo Secker flings it on the inside, and it's a knock-on from Kings. Just a penalty.
By offside player.
Lovely little trick play. Milo Secker, not to be outdone by his opposite number, Will Dorrell. He's having a great game himself. And this is suddenly the biggest opportunity of the game for RGS. The 3rd time, the 4th time now that they've entered the 22. They've got to take something away.
Absolutely, yeah, crucial for them to come away with some points, even if it's free. Get the scoreboard turning over, and I mean, great carry down the short side from Milo Secker there. Nice little trick move off the line out to go short with the sort of dummy throw. And I think if you're an RGS fan there, you're probably calling for a card potentially there. I'm not sure how good a position Sam Berry was in to catch that if he flicked it up. But we go now with a maul about 5 metres out.
There is no better platform, especially Aleki Latui coaching their line out 3 times at the World Cup with Tonga. And this time it's claimed, and the maul is formed, and Secker has it at the tail. And now RGS are moving forward. Secker surely! Try scored! RGS Worcester on the board. Both hookers amongst the scorers. Milo Secker stretches out in front as the top try scorer for Worcester this season ahead of Monty Jones. That's his 7th of the campaign. And the challengers are level with a kick to come.
Yeah, what did we say? Crucial for RGS to come away with points there, and they do so. Real nice setup from the Maul. Kings did compete and they did well to win it, RGS, and then, yeah, nice setup from the Maul, and Secker trundles over.
As we said in the build-up, Aleki Latui, the former Worcester hooker, played at 3 World Cups for Tonga, still looks after the Tonga line-out international level, and was also stood right next to Milo Secker throughout the whole warm-up today. What a mentor to have at this level. And what a try for RGS.
Yeah, no better than Aleki. I mean, he's still involved at Amtil as well in the championship as Sutherland with a great strike right down the middle. 7-5 to RGS, and that's what pressure does in a game like this, when as soon as the crowd can get on your back and momentum and things like that. And RGS obviously finally converting some points after their third visit into that 22.
Great kick from Sutherland, named RGS's player of the season just a few weeks ago. And now Kings with their 2nd kickoff of the contest. Down by 2 in the first half. Up goes Secker, stripped in the air.
That's fine.
Crouch says play on, and Chadwick has it at the base. Nice carry from Heaton. Chadwick, Sutherland, kicking in your middle third, seems to be the option for both sides today. Cleanly collected. And a little dart down the sideline, a big shot out wide. And it's getting physical on the fringes, and RGS have won that battle. Well, RGS not interested in playing the ball at all in their own half.
No, definitely. Sutherland is somebody who does like to kick the ball. We saw that last year in the windy conditions in that first half. He really managed the game well and kicked RGS around the field into the right areas. And he's doing so again today. I think watching them in the warm-up, they're going to try and play when they do have the ball. They're going to try and play wide. And yeah, Chadwick, Sutherland, even probably Kemple at full-back are going to try and kick them around the park and keep running that big forward pack of Kings round.
Green collects.
2 receivers.
But again, both sides now have been penalised for having 2 receivers. I think this time it wasn't about forming the maul. It was as the dummy jumper left the line out. You can't then step and be level with your receiver. If you're a dummy jumper, you've got to stay in the channel.
Okay.
Free kick, straight out. So it's as if it never happened. Another chance for RGS to give it a go. I mean, you can see what he was trying to do there. Just the spiral bomb, but didn't come off cleanly. And the reception from RGS was as expected.
Same as they did up there. There's Mark.
Another line out for Secker. Another chance for us to talk about Harry Beeson. He made the big shot out there. He led the warm-up chance. Physical figure outside centre. Big moment for RGS. Could the tide be turning in their favour?
Okay. If it becomes material. That's moved, that's fine.
Straight down from the ground, but it will come back RGS's way. Monty Jones. Gloucester back row lock. Chadwick, quick ball for Sutherland. Almost a coming together, but Kemple free on the edge. Oh, what a run by Kemple. What a shot by Hawes in response. Henry Hawes has just dragged his man halfway across the 15 channel to win it back. He has been everywhere so far today.
Yeah, he's got a really impressive work rate, does Henry Hawes. Someone who last year played in the centres in this fixture and now moved into the back row. He's going to get around the park. He's very quick, very strong, and it's a really good tackle. He gets right onto the ball, rolls him over, and then eventually I think there's a foot in touch from the RGS player on the floor.
So will be a line out for Dorrell.
On the AR.
And Hawes may well be the target. Up he goes. Cleanly collected by Mason and then whipped away, and it's Horsfall having a stab in midfield. Good shot by Whitbread. Probert through the forwards again. Low tackles.
Hands away.
Jones denied this time. Probert clears his lines. Big kick as well. He's got RGS back pedalling. But here's Bunyan. Plays it inside to Kemple, who kicks it clear. Oh, just put down.
Backwards first.
But backwards, says the linesman Neil Reid Warrilow. Nice ball over the top, and there is a bit of space in that 15th channel, goodness me. So physical in the carry.
Tackle now.
Eventually driven back by Gammond. Popping up, Roman Williams looking dangerous. Interception! Well read by Beeson, and now RGS are cheering again.
Leaving that blue.
Chadwick has it, forwards are poised. Gammond needs to get lower there. Denied entry. Sutherland, flat to Jones, who does get the ball away. One-on-one out wide, it's a good chop on Samuel. Breathless period of play here, but it's still with RGS. And then put down at first receiver. And Kings maybe with a chance to counter. A charge down of their own to slow them down, but it's worked out for Kings, who've got it in the backfield. And putting in the bend, 2 men beaten, ball out wide, and now they're in behind. And off to the races we go. It's Harry Flood, ball back on the inside. Hawes, what a shot tackle, but he's straight back to his feet. And it's Bunyan who makes the second shot. Hole in the midfield if they can use it. Horsfall gets the ball away. Inches short. Penalty advantage. Probert. There's no one out wide. And over goes Roman Williams. What a score.
It was a great break from Sam Berry. I mean, he'd just thrown the pass for the intercept before, and it was the right idea, but Beeson read it so well. Kings then get the ball back, and I mean, it's a great little break down this near side where we are in the gantry. Flood then continues going, and what did I say about Henry Hall's work rate? He was up there in support, and eventually Kings get that ball out to the opposite winger, Roman Williams, to put a little ash splash, I think it was, Will, for that corner.
Well, to go right to left like that inside your opponent's 22 is pretty special. Hawes did really well to hang on there. This is a fantastic tackle. And a bit of the dark arts to slow it down, but not
25.
slow enough. Got to be honest, if that wide pass from Probert did not find its target, he would have been in trouble, because there were 6 men lined up outside.
Yeah, I'm sure someone would have been in his ear after that if that had gone to touch.
The queue to get into the ground wasn't as long as that one. In the end, it's the man at the back who benefits. Roman Williams goes over. Kick from Berry, just a touch short this time. As you can hear from the RGS side of the crowd. There was a man down for Kings Worcester. And I think a change is going to be made. But in the meantime, let's have another look at this fantastic score. What a tackle by Bunyan, who then got straight back to his feet and made it again. Hawes, fine work from him.
Yeah, and then some nice offloading game in the middle, and eventually Probert throws that long ball out to Roman Williams. I think it's Charlie Mason that's gone off behind the sticks.
Shame to see the Gloucester prop leave us, but Soufiane Riaz is onto the field to replace him. What a carry from Hawes again, racing away down this near side. Probert. Dorrell takes on 2 men in green and beats them both. Dorrell still going! No one can stop him. Quick ball here for Probert. Out the back for Berry, who flashes it away, and there's a 2-on-1 out wide. What can they create from here? Williams is on the inside. Oh, just behind him. Kings looking dangerous. And a little bit of afters. But quickly puts an end to that. It's good scramble defence from RGS. They were in real trouble there.
Yeah, it's a nice break on the outside. Once again, Kings are really finding some success in these outside channels. And yeah, really good scramble defence from sort of Archie Samuel, the right winger, and Kemple, the fullback.
What they do well, Kings, is when they do make a line break, it doesn't matter who it is or for how far they trundle, they always capitalise with quick ball off the back of it. It's Damien Duncan this time who gets the ball inside, just slightly overran by Williams. Damien Duncan, known as Damo, former ex-Gloucester man. Well, the scrum has been king so far, but off goes the Gloucester man, Charlie Mason. Big boots to fill. Soufiane Riaz.
Okay. Lads, make sure you're holding your own weight.
5 minutes to go to half-time. RGS would take this at the break. I think so would Kings after the amount of pressure they've been put under at times.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like we said, Kings have had really good spells and the outside channels finding some great success, and the offloading game from them in particular has been really good. But yeah, you can't look away from the fact that RGS have had probably more entries into that 22 than Kings had, and they're still down by 3.
And it's a penalty for Kings.
Hand in the scrum.
Great work from the new man, Riaz. There was a hand on the deck there from RGS because the ball was getting away from them. And now before half-time, Kings Worcester have been handed a huge opportunity. I believe they were trailing this time last year in the MODUS Cup. They went on to win that 29-24. The year before was a bit of a cakewalk. They won by 34 points to 8. They're going for the hat-trick of wins here, which hasn't been done since that run in 14, 15, 16 by Kings.
Yeah, a try now from this maul would be incredibly important for the team.
Another great pick from Hawes. The ball disrupted this time, but then the breakout wide has Hawes done it. He is inches short. Another fine carry from Henry Hawes. Can they be kept out from here? Horsfall, big carry. Dorrell going for his second. He's got it. Will Dorrell touches down try number 44 for the campaign for the 3 years in blue and white. And that same corner again, which he's making his own.
Could we see a hat-trick as captain in this final MODUS?
That's one way to claim the man of the match. It's another try in this far corner, another very difficult kick for Sam Berry. It's impossible to stop from here. That's a great first carry from Horsfall.
Yeah, it all starts from that man again, Henry Hawes at the line out, making the break through the maul. And yeah, you're going to really struggle to stop Will Dorrell from about a yard out.
Well, Sam Berry is formerly of RGS Worcester, which might explain some of the treatment he's getting on the far side. This is a much better strike towards goal, but just short. I don't think it matters who's got the tee at his feet. If you're that close to the RGS fans, you're getting it.
No, I think that's his probably favourite spot to go and kick from, and I'm sure he might be quite relieved when it comes to half-time and he'll be down this other end.
1.5 minutes to go. Do RGS have time to respond? Sutherland will hang it up. 7:15, they are trailing as they look to stop the rot in the Modus Cup. Of course it's Hawes underneath it, who brushes off his man. Great tackle from Namno. Off a deal. Another good take though from Hawes. There's a world in which Dorrell scores a hat-trick and Hawes still takes the match ball home with him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, his work rate so far in this first half has been really impressive. He has quite literally been everywhere, and he's just unlucky there that off the deal catches him just as he goes for that offload.
So scrum for RGS, but a penalty that went against them at the last. They've got to lock this up.
Bind! Set!
Great shove again from Kings.
Ball's out.
And the ball has come Horsfall's way. He's off down the blind side. Fantastic tackle. Brave from Bunyan. Probert. Hawes. Straight down the gullet, and it's a great shot from Secker. And RGS do have it back. Good scramble D, but a scrum isn't really the best outcome as we approach half-time. We've got to lock this up. I'll be honest, I'm fairly certain Dorrell's doing a lot of the movement in that front row, especially when they don't have the ball at the feed. Good strip tackle though. Again, it's off a deal with the chop.
Yeah, going back to the scrum, I mean, we thought the loss of Charlie Mason might be quite influential in that part, but I tell you what, Sufriaz has come in, and his side is definitely going forward. Him and Dorrell together are really putting pressure on Ollie Fletcher on that loose head.
Bind!
RGS have to lock this up. They can't lose this platform.
On the push!
Now they've got to hold the shove, but they've still got the ball back. This time Probert goes to Berry on the open side, who puts it into the corner. Williams is after it. Good nudge. They won't have time to keep the pressure on as the whistle goes for half-time. But here at Six Ways in the Modus Cup, it's 3 tries to 1. But it's 15-7 in King's favour. Some very unhappy faces in that RGS camp, because the last 10 minutes or so, the game has started to get away from them. They're losing the set piece, and that's the area that is at the moment keeping them out of the contest. Still, we've seen plenty of attacking impetus from them in that first half. They could have come away in this first half with more than just their solitary score. But let's have a look at these tries. It started with 10 minutes of RGS Worcester on the front foot. First time they entered the green half of the field, Will Dorrell crashed over from close range.
Yeah, we spoke about it before. I mean, we thought Dorrell was going to score. He's got 2 in the first half. He's industrious and from close range. He's such an incredibly powerful young man. And I mean, there's no stopping him there, no matter who you put in front of him.
Good response though from RGS Worcester. Straight from the kickoff, they kept the pressure on. They had 2 or 3 stabs at the line. In the end, it was a maul of their own that rolled over from 5 yards out. Very pleasing for Aleki Lutui, the former Tonga hooker, whose protege Milo Seckett got over. 2nd year in a row he scored at the Modus Cup.
The ball's a weapon, I think, for both teams here, both Kings and RGS, but Kings seem to have had a little bit more of that time down in the 22. And yeah, Seckett as well. Nice try, like we said, 2nd try in 2 years. And yeah, RGS will probably be looking for a little bit more conversion rate. We said how much pressure they had and chances they had, and they'll be looking to keep that up for the second half.
Speaking of conversion rate, RGS went right down the other end and scored another. This all started from a fantastic break from one winger, Harry Flood, finished off by the other, Roman Williams.
Yeah, Kings have been really impressive in transition. I think when they do get open play and they get fast ball, like we said, from Probert from the base, they've been really impressive. Their offloading game's really good, and like we said, they've basically ran the length of the pitch for that one.
Well, that decision under the sticks to lay it back, instead of trying to reach out himself, the unselfish action of Charlie Mason, that was his last action of the game, but it did lead to a try.
Yeah, it was, and yeah, sadly he had to go off after that. I mean, it was an incredibly good tackle from Monty Jones coming from behind him to manage to roll him and still keep that ball away from, like you said, being placed. But yeah, good pass out from Probert, like we said, and Williams couldn't have had an easier try.
And then it was a maul that almost didn't go to plan. Who else but Henry Hawes to sweep it up? And then a couple of carries were enough for Kings to get over for their third score. And Will Dorrell second. Well, that's how the first half unfolded at the 18th annual MODUS Cup. Kings Worcester in the driver's seat as they look to head for their hat-trick of wins in this competition and extend their overall tally to 11-7 in their favour. We'll leave you with a bit of minis rugby at the break, and we'll be back for the second half in just a few moments' time. The players are back out onto the field. RGS have some work to do. They only trailed by the 8 points, but they were outplayed in the last 10 minutes of that first half after starting the brighter of the two sides. Very similar story to last season, Ben.
It is indeed, yeah, and RGS is going to be looking for a strong start, try and get back into the game a little bit here, because Kings, if they do manage it quite well, can extend this lead and sort of put the game to bed quite early on. So fast start needed from RGS. They're going to have the kickoff, so I'm sure Sutherland's going to try and hang it up and get some of the boys chasing after it.
So in the second half, RGS Worcester in the green and white trim, now playing left to right to Kings in that familiar blue and white. The Dots looking for a hat-trick of titles in the MODUS Cup. That's a man still playing on, despite the knock he took in midweek. You see the tape on the hand of Monty Jones. He's still out there for his team. Forward of the season for RGS. He'll have a big second half. As will this man, Will Sutherland, who hammers it deep. It's not a kind ball to collect, but Probert returns fire. Not a bad first kick of the second half for RGS, but they've got to sort this set piece out. And it's not really about them underperforming at the set piece, it's about Kings being fantastic in that area.
Yeah, Kings have put up sort of Dan Arridge, Henry Hawes. They've disrupted it quite well in that first half, so I'm sure they'll try and do that in the second half, sorry. And RGS, yeah, needs to try and negate that.
One by RGS, and they go straight to the maul. And it's a fantastic carry, and then the half breakaway. And now the momentum is with them. Jones crashes over 3 men. Chadwick with quick ball. Sutherland just behind him. Bunyan. Oh, it's a good read from Williams. Now they have to reset. Off a deal. Straight down Horsfall's throat. Chadwick, Sutherland. What a line by Jones. Can they use this momentum? Through the forwards again. It's a good carry and an even better clear out. Still persisting down the short side, and it might work for them. What a carry. Seka breaks through. Seka still going. Chopped inside the 22. Sutherland. Jones. Hammered by Henry Horsfall, his opposite number, his Gloucester teammate. Off a deal. Great take. Chadwick looking to get over there. Kings miss out.
Got your hands to it.
Sutherland, little tip pass, bounces up for Williams. It's intercepted by Kings.
No.
And the call from the sideline was be patient, but unfortunately it didn't happen for RGS. It's good defence from Kings, Ben.
It was, yeah. And already we've seen an upping in the tempo from RGS. They're definitely getting quicker ball. They're clearing out a lot better, giving Chadwick the option to go much quicker, and Sutherland's bossing them round. But it just slowed down as there was a big hit from the Kings defence, and then it just sort of got turned over.
Will Dorrell with front foot ball and then cleared by Probert. Cross field, but sliced. And just about kept in play by Bunyan, but line out there. Hasn't gone down very comfortably, Archie Kemple. I think he was down a few moments ago as well. Okay. So change might be in the offing. I mean, here was the turnover. Sutherland, I mean, the pressure was put on him really fast, and that forced the turnover, really.
Yeah, it just sort of slowed down, like I said, and broke up a bit, and he just tried to force it, like you said. Good line speed from Roman Williams there on that left wing, and he's had a good couple of reads, couple of intercepts, and he's causing havoc down on that left-hand side.
It will be a line out for Kings when we get going again. Horsfall protruding just outside of Sam Berry. But either there's going to be a change here, or it's a bit of cramp that can be worked through. But there's not a lot of movement on the bench for RGS. This isn't really what RGS want at the start of the second half, because they had the momentum.
Yeah, definitely. They had a fast start, which is what we said they needed, and playing with quicker ball, and Chadwick was bossing around down the base. And yeah, not really what you want. Takes a sting out of it a little bit, and they're going to hope that they can try and disrupt maybe this Kings line out over on the far end side.
More time for the fans to return though. A couple of old boys with a few pizzas on that far side.
Okay.
Getting up the steps. It looks like Kemple is going to continue. It's tough to drag any of these boys off the field in the Modus Cup.
Absolutely, yeah. Everyone wants to play on, no matter what knocks they've taken and what bruises that hurt. But yeah, it's a privilege to play on in front of such a crowd and on a great stadium like Six Ways. And yeah, you want to be out there for as long as you possibly can.
Hawes again with a take, little trick play to free Dorrell. Kings all over it, but it comes to Probert. And of course it's Hawes again with the carry. Stepping and beating the first man. Oh, just a scrag tackle actually. Good work from Jones. Berry puts boot to ball. Kemper with a good take. Winding his way through.
Hands away, Blue!
Slow ball. Mick Ashton, the year 11, gets it off the deck.
Tackle!
Chadwick. Sutherland. Catch was above him, so he puts boot to ball, and it will roll into touch. It's a not bad bit of territory for Kings. They've advanced about 15 metres up the field.
Yeah, it was a nice kick variety from Sam Berry, putting the grubber through. Good chase from Ollie Mason. And yeah, force the exit, see what they can do with this line out just on the other side of the halfway line.
Another line out for Dorrell. Pretty perfect record at the moment, picking up
Kings, make sure
the
you're keeping
likes
the gap.
of Hawes. Ethan Winning might have come on into the second row wearing number 5. Plenty of match numbers here as Horsefall put down by Heaton. Fire is the call. Hard line. Short through the forwards for Kings. Pops up for Hawes. Lovely offload. Dorrell on the edge. Gives the pass. Great acceleration from Williams. What a hit! Big shot comes in from Offerdale.
Yeah, lovely offload from that man again, Henry Hawes. Hopefully Offerdale hasn't done too much trouble to himself. There's a great covering tackle on the speedy Williams.
How on earth did he get that away under so much pressure? Good delay on the pass as well. And it will be a line out for RGS. But Hawes will be licking his lips, Ben.
He will, yeah. He's caused a lot of havoc in that line out in the first half. They're throwing him up, trying to get him to compete. And yeah, he's like we said, keep saying, he's been all over the place, both in attack and defence. And that was a nice little offload. That's something that they were incorporating also in the first half. Some good offloads from the Kings side. And they're definitely trying to spread it wide and play with fast ball and to get on the outside of that RGS defence.
Well, there's a new target out there in Winning. He's just come off the bench at half-time. It's reclaimed by RGS, and to the maul they go.
Penalty advantage. Contact in the air.
Penalty advantage as well. So let's see if Sutherland will play with this. Well, that's no fun.
No advantage coming.
And we'll come back for the penalty.
5 blue. Contact in the air.
Not sure if Sutherland knew it was coming either, but it's the new man, Ethan Winning, that's been penalised. Sutherland with a second stab at the kick clearance. It's an excellent kick. Deep into the Kings country. Well, I don't know what's happened at the break, but all of a sudden, it looks like there's more people here at Six Ways than there were when we started. As there's the contact in the air that led to the infringement. I don't know where they found those extra fans hiding at half-time.
Hardly like the weather was an issue, that some of them might have been hiding in the bar.
Many reasons to hide in the bar, as it's an excellent line-out pinpoint between the players. Secker, chopped by Hawes. And Dorrell gets stuck in off the deck from Samuel. Bit of a hospital pass for Beeson, he does well. Round the corner they come. Gammond. Driven back.
Leave it, 7.
Offerdale. Over the gain line. Chadwick. Sutherland. Good option. There wasn't much on there for RGS. Off goes Ollie Mason. Slow ball then for Probert. Here's Henry Horsfall. Puts in the fend, and Horsfall still going. Probert. Nice ball out the back from Riaz, and it's opened up some space. Oh, well, yeah. He went right for the chop tackle there, so that is a interesting penalty, because it looked as though he jumped into the tackle. Hasn't rebounded his way, Harry Flood, but but it was still a very positive decision in the minds of the Kings fans on that far side. Not a bad throw back into midfield.
Take the line.
It was a nice kick from Sambury, actually. Little grubber through. Harry Flood does well, and yeah, like you said, he's going for the chop tackle already, and Flood lifts his leg, so then becomes off the ground. And I don't think a card would have been necessary there. Just a penalty, I think, is acceptable.
Right in front of the Kings Worcester fans. Can they draw first blood in the second half? Winning at the front. And it's high into the hands of the 6'5" second row, but not straight is the call. Just lacking a bit of ingenuity in that line out.
Yeah, it's a bit stop-starty in terms of set piece, I think, from the start for Kings in this second half. RGS definitely had the momentum so far with the fast start that they had, ball in hand, but the set piece kind of chopping things up a little bit.
Well, that was a very difficult decision for Liam Chadwick, scrum or line out, because neither have really been RGS's area.
No, they haven't. I think probably their thought process would be the scrum gives you a little bit of a better platform to exit off with Sutherland with his right boot. Good kick chase, and they could be down in that Kings half in no rush.
Scrums to be fed by the captain, Liam Chadwick. Another Droitwich man. Alongside his loose head, Ollie Fletcher, who's got to hold down this scrum. But it's an upright drive, so the penalty advantage very much spares Chadwick's blushes there. Charlie Flood's been impressive in the front row, but the angle of his drive not perfect that time. And it's a good touch finder from Sutherland.
Yeah, Kings definitely have had the momentum in terms of the scrum, in terms of the push, but yeah, obviously not doing things all legally, hence why the penalties are being given the RGS way.
Kings, you're making subs.
On comes Oscar Griffiths. Straight swap with Charlie Flood. And I think that's Hugo Morgan Iqbal who may have entered the fray. Up at the front, well won, no jump from RGS. Well, not straight is the call. And there wasn't a real contest from Kings. I think they've done well to get that decision their way.
Yeah, one of those decisions. I thought the one before that Dorrell was pinged for not straight was slightly harsh, and I mean, if you're going to give that first one, you've got to give that one just then from Seka.
Well, I think the new man is Jackson Heath, because he's entered the second row alongside Ethan Winning. So a new engine room, and they get the same result from the scrum. New front row as well for Kings, and they keep their dominance.
Reset.
Griffiths, Riaz, and Dorrell now the front row. Heath and Winning in the second. And the consistent factor there is the captain, Will Dorrell. He might be driving things in that front row.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think you want to hook Doz at any point unless you really, really have to. Same with probably Horsfall. They're really influential in that forward pack for Kings, and they really help get them on the front foot.
Not straight from the line out of RGS, so it's Kings with a good platform here. Harry Flood on his lonesome on the far side. But Probert picks out Berry. What a good line, but it's been deflected and it comes Beeson's way, and RGS have it back. Can they counter? Sutherland. Soft hands to find Kemple on the edge. Takes on Williams, but the former back rower makes the chop.
Tackle!
Tackle is called. Hawes has to release.
Yes, advantage over now.
Nice ball out the back. Sutherland almost caught Dasowo to get away. Oh, put down. And there were so many numbers out wide for RGS.
There wasn't anything there.
I don't think that
Advantage is
pass should have gone anywhere near off a deal. There was so much space out the back. The two forwards running in did their job. And the rule goes up because another Year 11 has entered the fray. Nicky Zamis of Gloucester. Well, this ball there, it's tough to see because Sutherland is skipping around, but there is acres of space out wide.
Yeah, it was about
this is the angle for it. Look how many numbers there are. Just had to go out the back. It was in front of off a deal.
Bit frustrating on that one for the RGS camp.
Another scrum though. I don't like the angle at loose head, but it's Horsful off the back. Probert caught by Beeson. Riaz with a big clear out. Pick and go. Horsful always over the gain line. And what a carry from Hors. Probert. Riaz. Good take. Penalty.
In the side.
In at the side. Henry Horsful caught. Even the best can make errors in games like this.
Could be a big moment in the match, this. If Sutherland can put it down into that Kings 22, we could line up for another maul and hopefully they can have a bit more success than they did in the first half and we might see an RGS try here.
Well, after a big missed opportunity for RGS, they've been handed a lifeline. The rugby gods always even things out. Job number one is beat the likes of Winning and Hors in this line out. No tries in the second half so far. 15 minutes gone. This is just as tight as we want the Modus Cup to be. Excellent work from Heaton. And again they go to the maul. And it's at the back with Milo Seca. And they're still moving forward here. And they're still going, and they're up to the 22. And the penalty has gone their way. Fantastic from the RGS forwards. Sutherland, little dink through. He's crowded out by Dorrell. And it's a nice pick-up from Hors. Will come back for the penno. Will Dorrell knows exactly how to shut down a maul, the master of them himself. But now, a huge opportunity opens up for RGS Worcester, having already scored from 5 yards out in the first half. As good a kick as any from Will Sutherland. They have to take this opportunity.
They do indeed, yeah, especially after their fast start at the start of this second half. I mean, what a maul that was. That went about 20 metres or so. And then, yeah, got the penalty. They've stuck it in the corner. And can they trundle over again and give Milo Seca his second?
Looks like a one-man lift of Big Ethan Winning at the front. To the centre they go. Cleanly collected by Green. And the maul is formed. And Milo Seca has it. He picks and goes to the blind side and bumps off the first man. Driven towards touch. Another penalty advantage coming for RGS. Got to be patient. What a carry by the new man, Izamis. Still penalty advantage for them. Gammond. Gammond needs to get to ground. Just a few inches short now. Look at Monty Jones waiting.
Advantage is still there.
Sliding under. RGS have snuck through. And who is it who emerges from the crowd? Well, it's a fantastic score. And RGS had a chance to go just 1 point behind. And it's the new man who does score. Nicky Zamis, the Year 11 on the books at Gloucester, but he's been huge this season. The likes of Harry Heaton and Monty Jones have often been away with injury or academy representation, and Izamis has stepped up and he scored on the biggest occasion here.
Yeah, what a way to make your mark as a Year 11 on Modus. First touch of the ball, I think that he's had, getting a try as a Year 11 with potentially obviously 2 more Moduses to come. That's a real great start there from Nicky Zamis. Discipline's going to be a big thing here, I think, for Kings. A couple of penalties, obviously, leading up to that try just then. As we see off a deal, maybe limp off down behind the try line.
Well, what a game Nyamdo Offadil has had.
Back on now.
Nyamdo Offadil been outstanding today, but cannot continue. So who will step up to take his place?
Yeah, I agree.
That's the big question. Some big options on there. Kean Brennan and Cartwright. As the kick comes in from Sutherland, under real pressure, but he slots it, and it's a 1-point game.
Big moment in the game, that, I think. Really good time to score there for RGS. Like we said, it'd been a cagey sort of first 15 minutes of this second half. And to get the try there to pull them 1 point behind now, we could be in for a real cracker in the last 20 minutes or so.
Hung up by Berry onto the 22. Monty Jones underneath it. Beats the first man. But he's brought down by the head boy, Dan Arridge. Looks to hold him up too. Chadwick, the captain. Sutherland somehow gets it away out of a phone box. Here's Mason. A crackle of excitement as he charges forward.
Hands away, Green.
Big clear out. But a penalty, just a scrum advantage. And Berry.
Advantage over.
Just about taken by Kemple. Charge down, so there's no offside, so RGS can get after it. What a pickup by Berry. Had to be perfect. Now Kings have it inside RGS's half. Hawes back into traffic. So industrious, the former centre. Probert. Little dink ahead, because Kemple's just a little wide. But he tracks it well and gets it down.
Okay.
5 metre dropout. Goal line dropout, I should say. Not a bad outcome at all for Kings.
No, definitely it was a nice spot from Probert. A lot of space in behind there with only Kemple, who's struggling a bit with cramp. We saw him going down in the first half with a bit of cramp, and he went down again just then. So Probert spotted that and managed to put that nice little grubber in behind. Kick chase was okay. As we're seeing a lot of boys, I can see about 2 or 3 boys down with cramp at the moment. That's the only downside of playing on synthetic, isn't it, Will?
Absolutely. And I think this is the sort of intensity these players are unlikely to achieve playing week in, week out. Such is the occasion. A 1-point game. This is the try that did it. The 5th former. For the older viewers amongst us. Nick Izamis sneaking under.
It's nice to see that he had the, you know, he took that ball off some of the older boys around him. He's a 5th former. You might have thought he might have been quite shy, but he's got his hands on the ball there. Great carry, gets nice and low, great strong body position, and it goes over the whitewash. He
took it off vice-captain and Academy League starter Monty Jones, but he was straight pump in the air as Izamis went over. This is a difficult clearance for Sutherland.
Wait for my whistle.
They have completely filled the field in this RGS half, Kings. Nowhere to go, but up and out. Good distance on the kick, but plenty of time. Direct and well met. Jones flings his man to ground. Berry. Hawes. Great line by the back rower. And a big fend. And Hawes with fantastic momentum. What a finish it will be! Remarkable! From Henry Hawes.
Wow. I mean, we spoke about him so many times in that first half. What a way to come out in the second half. Put in a claim for man of the match, I think, although Dodds has got 2 tries. He's trying his hardest to take that man of the match off him, his old Henry Hawes.
That's the finest try of the day. He had no right to score from there. He took on 6 and 7 in green. This is a good shot and a good defensive line set for RGS, but undone by a fine line by this back rower. Formerly of that Midlands Academy as well. What a carry. Unstoppable stuff.
15 to go on the kick.
There's just 3 men all around him. And Kemple at the back there was awaiting the offload. This is a big kick for Berry. Oh, what an effort. Just off the post. And it cruelly deflects the wrong way if you're wearing blue and white. And that's a massive score for Kings Worcester, because it takes them out of penalty range. You're asking RGS to score another. Big shot to start the attack. But Henry Hawes battled his way through. And from the kickoff, it's Henry Hawes again, underneath it. What a game he is having. Horsfall, ginormous figure, and another fantastic carry, well beyond the gain line from the England back rower. Dinked out the back for Berry, who kicks it through a crowd of players, and across comes Kemple. Oh, it's an unkind bounce for the fullback, but off he goes. Not held, back to his feet, almost stripped. Sutcliffe forced off there. What hands out wide! And in comes the big Don't Argue, the grubber. Fantastic little charge down from Berry. That was looking dangerous. Great work from Archie Samuel. It's Sutherland again drawing in the players. This is a long barrier from Sam Berry.
He's a useful cricketer, actually, Sam Berry.
You need to take neck.
Plenty of tired bodies out there. Harry Heaton feeling it this time at the front of the line out. Big moment in the game for RGS, lots of time left. Oh, just tipped backwards their way, but Dorrell comes away with it. He is isolated.
Never on the ball, never on the ball.
But RGS can't steal it away. Horsfall, well met by his Amis. And that's a huge penalty.
Holding on. He got his hands, he left it.
What a turnover.
8 blue, holding on. So he's got 2 people down.
And there's bodies scattering the six-ways turf. It might have been Tom Bunyan who got stuck in there and turned it over, according to the referee. Time off.
No.
While the
Stop.
substitutes, Phil, have to come.
No, you need.
A few players looking uncomfortable out there. Both sides.
There's been a lot of ball in play, I think, throughout the game, both in the second half and in the first. There's been some tired legs out there, and like we mentioned before, cramp's something that comes quite easily when you're playing on 4G, and you can definitely see a few of the boys struggling already.
Such a tit-for-tat game of rugby, though, Ben.
Yeah, it's classic. It's what you get in MODUS. It's such a big occasion. Everybody wants to win. They're trying their hardest. Obviously, you've got the pressure of thousands watching in the stadium, thousands watching at home, and it's always going to be tight. People are going to make mistakes. People are going to make lovely little moments of magic, and it's such a great spectacle for the sport and really good for schoolboy rugby.
Well, when the games have been tight, they've often been won by RGS. Back in 2022, they won by 3 points. 2017 also by 3 points. A 13-10 win that day. By 4 in 2013. The last year, Kings won 29-24, but they were out in front by a fair way by the time we reached that point.
They were, yeah, and I think for them now in this game, it's about managing it. RGS are obviously going to try their hardest here. They're only 6 points behind, so a converted try takes them into the lead, and it's just how well can Kings manage it with their kickers, with Alex Probert, Sam Berry, Ollie Mason at fullback. How well can they kick Kings around the pitch and play them in the right areas to stop RGS coming in close to that whitewash?
Across.
Well, let's get stuck into this turnover here. It's the captain, Liam Chadwick.
Yeah, I saw it. He was sniffing around a few of the breakdowns, actually, like any good 9. And I mean, you don't expect him to win a jackal turnover, but he definitely tried on a couple before and got a little bit unlucky, and that one he was successful in.
Green, but stolen by Hawes again. A menace at the line out today. Kings have it back, and Dorrell straight down the gullet. Brave chop from Whitbread.
Okay, use it. Play some, play. Hands away, Green.
Good carry in there from Kings Worcester. Dorrell back to his feet to drive again.
No left, no left.
Probert, Horsfall, bumps off the first and steps around the tackle. Look at him go! The big man Horsfall making plenty of yards again. Now Kings have momentum and numbers on the short side. Flashed across, always backwards, but then lost. According to the linesman on this near side, Reed Warrilow.
Not what you want in that position there. The numbers were on and the pass, Probert had spotted the space and he'd given the pass, and it's just, I think there was a bit of confusion as to who the pass was for, that people put hands in the way and it's gone to hand and knocked on.
Missed opportunity for Kings. They haven't experienced that too many times in this game. They've been clinical, whereas RGS knocking on the door, but very few times have they been answered.
Coach! Bind!
They need clean ball here. They've got 10 minutes to turn this game around. Angle of the movement in that scrum.
Reset.
Not to Callum Croucher's liking, but it did come back Kings' way. Dorrell is making a real mess of things in there.
They are, yeah. That front row for Kings is really putting pressure on the opposition, on their opposite men, and I mean, there's been a lot of turnovers against the head from the scrums that we saw in the first half. And if they can do it again here, I mean, there's going to be free ball for the likes of Duncan, Berry, and the boys on the outside like Flood and Mason to really play with it in this half.
Bind! Set!
Another good drive, but they've got to hold. They still have the ball, and Probert whips it away for Kings. Big shot, and they've won it back. And it's upgraded to a penalty. Well, I've got to be honest, Ben, the run in midfield, it looked really lackadaisical. And Izamis just tucked a shoulder in and dislodged possession.
Yeah, we've seen a few throughout the game of balls being dislodged by the tackles, whether it be they're trying to offload and they then just get caught as they go to give that pass, or just by the sheer force of some of the hits that are coming in now. And hopefully Sutherland, for RGS point of view, can put them down into the half and they can set a platform to play from.
The first little whisper of time wasting from the RGS players there. But there is a man down on this near side, just underneath us on the west stand. Another little bit of cramp, stealing the seconds away. There are some nervous faces out there, even amongst the youngest members of the crowd. Big words from the captain, Liam Chadwick. You could hear them over the mic from here. His third Modus Cup. I'd love to come away with a win in one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure he would. And I mean, that was needed from RGS. Just a little bit of time there to just regroup, get in a huddle. A few words from the leadership team. Hopefully Sutherland can knock them down. And they just, in these last 10 minutes or so, they need that try.
It's an excellent kick. They've got to keep this line out away from Henry Hawes. He's stolen 3 already in the game today. Zappis. So nonchalant, but he wins it back. Surely you just take it to the front here, stick it up, give Heaton a chance to nab it. Right option, and Izamis has at the tail. The maul is formed, and Milo Seca is looking to drift infield. Down he goes, Seca back to his feet, floats it on the inside. Chadwick does awfully well to keep himself in play. Izamis. Interesting man to take up the jumper against. And Dorrell has forced it to ground. But has come forward off him in the tackle.
Yeah, unlucky from Will Dorrell there. Makes a nice hit on his Izamis, wins the ball, but unfortunately, yeah, rips it forward, and we go back to another scrum.
Izamis is a talented young player. It's a good lesson to all those watching. If you have the option, don't run at the biggest bloke in the opposite's team. And who else is there to sweep it up but Hawes? Even if the knock-on was coming his way.
Big scrum in terms of the game here, I think. Like I said before, Kings have won quite a few against the head, so if they do win it here, you're going to be frustrated from an RGS point of view. If RGS can retain it, they've got a platform to play.
Chadwick has it. Sutherland. What can they create with a bit of open field? Floated across. Oh, what a takeout wide from Bunyan.
Penalty advantage, Huff.
And a penalty advantage coming their way too. Quick tap. Oh, he's been tripped up by the ref.
Not 10.
But he still wins the pen for not 10. Good spot by the linesman on the far side of the Barraclough. Right in front of the RGS faithful.
Not 10.
Saved his bacon a little bit there, because like we said, he tripped up either over the referee or his own teammate, I think it might have been.
This is the loudest the RGS fans have been so far today.
Yeah, massive moment in the game, and the RGS crowd are really getting on the back of their boys.
Penalty.
They are 6 points behind with 7 minutes or so to go. Well, let's take a look at this penalty call as well.
That was absolutely fine.
It's that one across there, unfortunately, from Damo Duncan. It's just a touch high.
There we go.
There is no moment of higher pressure in the schoolboy game than 5 yards out. It's taken by Heaton. It's a penalty for Kings.
Obstruction.
Harry Green got caught on the wrong side of the ball.
Yeah, massive moment that. I mean, little bits of discipline here and there. You can know how big a moment it was, because the bench below us, the Kings bench below us, absolutely erupted. They know how critical that was in terms of winning this game and seeing it out.
It's a deep kick from Berry, but it stays in field. Lovely footwork inside and out. Outstanding breakaway from Archie Kemple. And that's got the crowd back on their feet. What a collision in midfield. Chadwick, Sutherland, bounces up into no man's land. Beeson, under pressure, hauses over it. He had a knee to ground there, and he won't win the turnover. Some tired bodies as Heaton takes it in and wins another penalty. Sutherland, RGS attacking with 14 because Kemple has not got back to his feet.
Still got penalty advantage.
Is Amis. The carry from the year 11.
Still there.
Still attacking with a man down. Oh!
No advantage coming.
Lines up his man. And no advantage coming is right.
Yeah.
Well, Sutherland goes quickly as a substitution's been made on this short side. Here's Samuel on the inside. And the new man, George Hayward of Coventry, there in support. Little tip pass, Seka. Well met by Oscar Griffiths.
Penalty advantage, 8 high
Another
tackle.
penalty. Horsfall caught for high tackle. How many more could there be? Green is well met.
Jackal's fine. Stop.
Well, I think there might be something more here.
Okay. Time's off. Time's off.
Time is off. Goodness me, they are not playing like a side
time's off.
that are 6 points down. This is foot on the throat from RGS.
It is indeed, and discipline's going to be so crucial for Kings here. Will Dorran's going to have a word with the rest of his players, and just they need to keep their heads. You've got, what, 5 minutes left?
Really clever from head coach Robert Lewis down here as Kemple was dragging himself off the field. He subbed on George Hayward, who popped up on this near side wing. Good work from the former Welsh 7-man, former Dragons and London Welsh scrum half.
And that's a big moment. Horsfall, one of your most industrious players in that forward pack, off with a yellow, so he won't complete the last 5 minutes of this game.
Goodness, that's a big moment. It was his high tackle, but it's accumulation that he's been done for, not the severity of the hit. He's a big man, Horsfall. So, in these closing moments, Kemple has just dragged himself back onto the field. Someone's got to tell him that they're playing with 16 at the moment. Off goes Seka, who spills it! And Kings have it back again.
Hands away, no hands away, thank you. Still got scrum advantage.
They're playing with 16 here. Someone's got to tell RGS.
Scrum.
They should change it for the next set piece.
Okay, use it!
Finally, one man has stepped off the field on the far side. Cleared away.
Advantage over.
Well, finally, Kemple has clocked that he's been subbed off on the far side. It had no impact on the game, we should say, because it was all the way on the far wing. But that's a huge missed opportunity for RGS. And whatever happens in the next 2 minutes or so, Ben, they had enough in this game to win it. And I'm not sure if that will help or hurt them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you talk about wanting to come away converting points when you get in that golden zone, being the 22, and just spilt by Seka, and it's given Kings a little bit of breathing room. But I mean, a line out on the 22 with the maul that RGS can possess when they do get it right. We could still be in for a cracker of the last couple of minutes here.
For a brief moment, it was 16 on 14 in the Modus Cup. Now it's 15 on 14. Horsfall will not return. Hempel is finally told his day is done. But he's staying on that far side with the home fans, looking to drive his team to victory. And the referee is making very sure that the correct numbers are on the field.
You don't have to match. Yeah. Time back up.
Line out from Marlo Seka. To the maul they go. To the short side. Soft hand. Seka has it on the edge. Down he goes. Chadwick. Heaton. They've got to keep a hold of ball here. Back down the short side with Seka again. Dorrell is after it. Jones from deep. Hawes is over the ball. Denied. Izamis will play 9. Pick and go. Whitehead over in support. Or Whitbread, I should say. Jones. Again is the call from Sutherland, and the forwards will oblige. Kings going hunting for everything here. Now it's out the back. Now it could be on out wide. What a carry! Bumping through goes Samuel, who somehow stays in play. Gammond. Hawes is after it again. Penalty. There was a man already in there. And the quick pick and go. Where's he off to? Taking the scenic route, a few inches short. Chadwick, Izamis! Oh, he goes! Unbelievable! It's the fifth former, Izamis, who crashes over for his second try in his MODUS debut! Who else could stand up in this moment than the man who scored with his first touch of the ball? He may have been at fault for the Hawes score with a big fend off, letting the back row a few, but how has he made up for it here? It's a brave old carry into midfield, and look at this from Izamis, pure determination. That's it! That is it! Knocked over from close range. How can he miss? Will Sutherland says no more. No more will they wait for another victory in the Modus Cup. RGS Worcester has stopped the rot. They have denied Kings a famous old hat-trick in this competition. And 10-8 the score will be after the 18th annual Modus Cup. Nick Izamis, the unlikeliest of heroes, the year 11 on the double.
Wow. I'll tell you what a way to make a name for yourself at school, eh? He's going to have a few pats on the back when he walks through the corridors tomorrow. Young year 11, 2 tries to win RGS. It was their last play of the game. Wow.
What a game. Kings Worcester did all they could. They were all over RGS at the set piece. Outstanding from them today. Henry Hawes still might be the best player out there on the field this afternoon in the back row. He was immense. But Nick Izamis scored the winner. And then, of course, it was popped over by Sutherland. No one could even watch. What a moment for RGS Worcester, their first win 2022, only their second win since 2018. What a moment then for this fine group of players. A fantastic season for both sides. And to be honest, Ben, whoever won that game, we would have said they deserved it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a proper ding-dong of a schoolboy rugby match. And I mean, when you talk about moduses to come in a few years' time, I think people will look back, particularly in the RGS side, with fond memories of what a close little match it was. And I'm sure Nick Azamis' name will ring through the corridors as he goes in for his early lessons on Thursday morning.
By the barest of margins, RGS have won another narrow fixture in the Modus Cup. Well, Ben, I'm going to head down pitch side and try and catch some of these players, while hopefully you can talk us through the tries.
As we are the champions, rings round 6 ways, Kings look dejected. But they started the strongest. Will Dorrell, like we said at half-time with the first try. There's not many people in schoolboy rugby, or any level of rugby to be quite frank, that are going to stop him from there. RGS tried their best, but you're not going to stop the dot skipper from close range. We then went down the other end. Milo Secker, someone that we spoke about, obviously scoring last year. Got himself on the score sheet again this year. The maul was hit or miss for RGS this year. Kings definitely with the stronger maul, but when it did work for RGS, they managed to get the 5 points. Kings then made a brilliant break down this near-hand side where we were. Some great hands in the middle. Good offloading from Henry Horsell. Probert spotted the space out on that left-hand side. Threw the ball over. A nice little dive from Williams in the corner. Probably the easiest try I'll ever score as a winger. And Kings at that point took the lead. I mean, it sounds like a broken record talking about Henry Hawes and saying his name, but he was so imperious out there on the pitch, and he started this try that ended up being Dorrell's second. Like I said before, you're not going to stop him from close range. Henry Hawes initially made the break through the line out. As he did so much good out there on that 6-way pitch, and they finally got the score. Second half, RGS started the strongest with the short pick and go by Nick Azamis, I think it was at that point when he'd come on. Yeah, that was his first touch of the ball, and what a way to make an entrance onto this Modus stage as a young Year 11 fifth former. Kings then managed to they did find a lot of luck in the outside channels and from broken set piece and things like that. And Henry Hawes, like I just said, we seem to mention his name every couple of minutes throughout the game, and he had managed to top off his unreal performance with a nice little try. Monty Jones from the tap and go took a wiry run towards the sticks for this one. RGS then, with what would be the last play of the game, Nick Azamis, taking 2 or 3 Kings defenders over the try line with him. And what a night he is in for tonight. And as we see on screen, RGS lining up.
Six ways after one of the most dramatic ends to a Modus Cup we've seen in 18 long years. Think back to the days of 2009 when RGS pulled off a 3-0 win. Think back to a few years ago in 2022 when they won by 20-17. We are going to get right in the throes of this and drink in all of the atmosphere. But first, forward to collect the trophy is a man who has been at RGS since day one. Luke, the Captain Chadwick, lifts the Modus Cup. What a moment for him. His 3rd Modus Cup, his first victory. And the atmosphere here is jubilant. Look what it means at schoolboy level. Well, we will try and grab some of these RGS players very briefly. Well, the first man to speak to is, of course, the captain. Let's do it with the crowd at your back, mate. Let's get them all in, just so we know exactly how much it means to RGS. Luke, your 3rd MODUS Cup. You've been involved with so much rugby here at RGS, including some really close games and some good performances from RGS Worcester, but surely nothing like this.
Yeah, no, this is 3 years in the making. Been building as a squad since day one. And this is what it's amounted to. It shows our effort, it shows our everything. And congrats to the boys, congrats to Kings, congrats to everyone that came to support us, lads.
Well, of course, it was an amazing game. So many times you were in the right areas of the field and it just didn't come off for you. What did you say in that huddle down in the bottom right when you won that last penalty that ended up getting you up the field? What did you have to say to the boys to get them fired up? And try and keep it clean if you can.
I'll leave it out, but yeah, kept it calm, kept to our game. Just outplayed, and we had the strength, we had the physicality. Let the backs do their thing and let the forwards carry it over the line.
Well, Luke, I'll let you rejoin your squad for this one last chart and take the cup over with you. And I'm going straight through the crowd to do it. Alongside me is the match winner, the Year 11, Nick Izamas. Nick, firstly, congratulations. When you came into this side at points in the season, you were covering for injuries. You were stepping up to cover some of the senior lads who weren't able to take to the field week in, week out. Did you ever think that your season would end with 2 match winners in the MODUS Cup?
No, never in a million years I'd ever think that was going to ever happen in my life. I know I was going to come on and try and make an impact, but to score 2 tries just made my day. It's just a dream come true, really.
Well, you've got 2 more MODUSes if things go to plan, still to play. How on earth are you going to reach the heights of an evening like this? I mean, surely, what is next for RGS Rugby, which you and some of these other young lads like Mason and some of the under 12s will be at the forefront of?
I think just got to keep sticking at it and will win the next 2 MODUSes to come and just keep up the graph, and that's it.
Right, you've got to head into that photo quickly, Nick, but thanks for speaking to us. Wow, what a day for RGS Worcester. Of course, those lower 6s I was referring to are the next to step up to this standard. But what a day for RGS. And now, of course, we do have to cross the divide because there was another team competing in the MODUS this evening. And although they weren't able to grab a hat-trick of tournament wins, it is definitely still worth catching up with some of these Kings Worcester players because the game at times was theirs. And do my best not to knock over the camera up on the way through as we try to chat to some of these players. I'm going to go looking for the captain, Will Dorrell, who had an outstanding game. It might not be the easiest interview, but as a player who's done so much in this shirt, I think we might be able to speak to him for a moment. Will, if I could grab you for just a second. Before we get on to the game itself, let's talk a little bit about you and your time at Kings Worcester. You finished with 44 tries across your 3 years. You were off in the England Type 5 camp, having performed so well. And to be perfectly honest, you had an unbelievable game out there. The result did not go the way, but you've got to be proud of yourself and of the season, which has been really strong for Kings.
Yeah, well, it's a tough one to swallow, always going to be. But look, these boys worked hard, they earned it. Good on them. Like, it'll be the same score in the newspaper tomorrow morning, so you can't really complain about it too much. You know, it's just one of those things. A couple of things didn't go away, a couple of things did go our way. It's just unfortunate. We've got a young squad, but I mean, they're a hell of a bunch of players, sorry. So I mean, next year I've got no doubt they'll bounce back. I mean, personally, it is tough. I'd like to have done 3, but you know, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, so I'm happy with that. So.
Too right, you finished with 2 Modus Cups under your belt, and some could say that this title going back and forth across the schools is exactly what it needs. It needs evenings like this to keep that competitive edge.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things that everyone loves it. I mean, you only look behind you and there's like everyone that's come to watch, you know, it's a massive thing. It is a massive thing. And it's something you try not to think about too much, but it's always in the back of your mind over the whole season. But look, we've had a good run the rest of the season, and like, these boys have been building for that for a while. Like, it's just one of those things. Good on them. Fair play to them. So.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to us, Will, and enjoy the rest of your evening, because it is a big night for all in Worcester after another outstanding Modus Cup. What a day it has been. What a couple of days it's been down in this part of the world. The rugby on show today at times was gritty, at times was scrappy, but always, it was always so passionate. And that is all we can ask from the schoolboy game. Well, what an evening it's been down here in Worcester. But don't forget, there is still so much more to come across December. We're off to Gordon's tomorrow for 4 games, all streamed for you between Wellington in rugby, hockey, netball and football. That'll be an amazing day out. And then, of course, on Saturday, we're all off to Barcelona for the Global Schools Challenge, where some of the finest schools nationwide and worldwide, the finalists in Scotland, the top teams in South Africa, the next-gen squad itself, built of some of the strongest individual players across the region, will all be coming together to compete in the Global Schools Challenge. But from all of us here in Worcester, from myself, Wilf Kemsley, thank you for joining us and enjoy the rest of your evening. But tune in next time for more live rugby from Next Gen Live.